This rich girl fell in love with a poor guy who had nothing. Eventually, her brother found out. But what he did will shock you. You won't believe what her brother was capable of. Kindly subscribe to this channel to get more of our latest stories. One morning, Michael planned a pleasant birthday surprise for his sister, Belinda, while she was still asleep. When she woke up, they all wished her a happy birthday. Then, Michael presented her with a new car as a birthday gift. She loved it, was really excited about it, and appreciated him so much. That evening, after Belinda went shopping, Michael suggested getting her a driver, but she refused and left. Meanwhile, CHIDI had just returned from work after being beaten and left stranded by street hoodlums. His brother, Stephen, consoled him as he went inside. Then, his friend Benjamin arrived and shared his frustration about losing a bet on a football game. Stephen ignored the conversation and walked away while Benjamin kept talking. The following day, Belinda got ready and left for work. On her way, her car broke down on the road. As she tried to figure out the problem, some street hoodlums approached her, intending to harass her. CHIDI and his friend noticed the scene and intervened, chasing them away. CHIDI then expressed concern for Belinda's safety and offered to help fix her car. A few minutes later, CHIDI successfully repaired the car. Belinda appreciated his help and intended to pay him, but CHIDI refused. They introduced themselves, exchanged numbers, and had a brief conversation, though CHIDI's friend acted annoyingly in the scene. Then Belinda left. That same day, when Belinda got home, she shared what had happened with her brother Michael and insisted once again that he get her a driver to handle all the stress. However, Belinda still refused and left. That evening, in her room, Belinda called CHIDI to thank him and suggested they hang out the following day, to which CHIDI agreed. The next day, CHIDI shared his plans to go out with Belinda with his friend Benjamin. However, Benjamin cut him off, emphasizing the football bet he had placed and lost, then left. Meanwhile, Belinda told her brother, Michael, about her outing with CHIDI. Michael dismissed her feelings, calling CHIDI a poor man and warning her to stay away from him, ending the conversation. Guys, do you think Michael is doing the right thing, or is he being overly protective of his sister? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. That same evening, in her room, Belinda thought about how she felt about CHIDI. She then called him and scheduled a meeting for the next day. The following evening, Belinda received a call from CHIDI, and she apologized for not making it to their meeting. Meanwhile, CHIDI's brother watched him during the call. Afterward, his brother teased him about his feelings for Belinda and advised him to express them to her. The following weekend, CHIDI was outside with his friend and brother when Belinda unexpectedly arrived, surprising them. They exchanged pleasantries, and then CHIDI's brother and friend left, leaving the two of them alone. A few days later, Michael planned to travel, and Belinda saw him off, expressing how much she would miss him. However, just a few hours after he left, Belinda brought CHIDI to her house. Unexpectedly, Michael returned, leaving them both shocked as he announced that his meeting had been canceled. He was upset upon seeing CHIDI, who attempted to introduce himself, but Michael ignored him and instead called him a lowlife and a riffraff. He then expressed his disappointment in Belinda and angrily ordered CHIDI to leave. Michael then warned Belinda to stay away from a poor man like CHIDI and insisted that she end their relationship before storming off, leaving her worried. Meanwhile, CHIDI and his brother discussed Michael's warning. His brother insisted that CHIDI stay away from Belinda to avoid trouble. That same day, CHIDI walked alone, lost in thought about Belinda. Meanwhile, Belinda tried calling him several times, but he did not answer. His brother again urged him to stay away from her to prevent any issues with Michael. The following day, Michael reviewed their company's reports and became upset with the one Belinda had submitted. Meanwhile, Belinda visited CHIDI, requesting to talk. She was worried about why he had been ignoring her. CHIDI hesitated and suggested that maybe they were not meant to be, but Belinda insisted that he ignore her brother's threats. They talked for a while and eventually got along again. A few moments later, as Belinda was eating, CHIDI's brother and friend arrived, surprised to see her in their house. Immediately, Benjamin left, while Stephen pulled CHIDI aside to warn him about Belinda. He also revealed that the food she was eating had been mixed with a harmful substance by Benjamin, who had unknowingly given it to her. Suddenly, Belinda began feeling dizzy and passed out, leaving them all confused and worried. That evening, Michael called Belinda's phone, but no one answered, making Chike even more anxious. The following morning, Chike confronted Benjamin about the substance he had put in the food. They argued, but when Belinda came out, they quickly changed the subject. As they talked, Chike revealed that she had slept over, and Belinda became worried upon realizing that her brother had been calling her all night. She quickly left. When Belinda got home, her brother asked where she had been. She told him the truth, that she had slept at Chike's place, which made him upset and angry. The following day, Belinda approached Michael and asked why he had Chike locked up. She pleaded with him to release Chike, promising that she would stay away from him. Meanwhile, Benjamin and Stephen went to Michael's house to request an audience with him, but the gate man refused to let them in. As they argued, Michael eventually came out. Stephen pleaded with him to release Chike, while Benjamin remained arrogant. Michael ignored them and walked away. The next day, Michael approached Belinda and asked why she was crying. He mentioned that he had sent her some documents to fill out, but she had refused. She then threatened to leave the house. The following day, Michael came home and discovered that Belinda was gone. When he asked the gateman, he was told that she had packed all her things and left. That same day, Chike was released and his friends welcomed him back home. Meanwhile, Michael called Belinda, pleading with her to come home, but she ignored him and ended the call. The next day, Michael went to a shop to buy some items and met a beautiful woman who immediately caught his attention. When he got home, he couldn't stop thinking about how beautiful she was. The following evening, he took her on a date and offered her a gift, saying kind and affectionate words to her while expressing his feelings. A few days later, Belinda returned home, and they had a meal together. During their conversation, Michael asked her about Chike, and she told him that Chike had moved on with another woman. Michael then asked if she still wanted to reconcile with Chike, but she said no, making Michael feel guilty for ruining their relationship. That evening, Michael sat alone in the living room, reflecting on everything he had done to his sister, Belinda. The following day, Michael told Belinda that he was going to bring his girlfriend home, then he left. Meanwhile, Benjamin and Stephen told Chike about Michael's relationship with Gift. They were surprised that Michael, who once looked down on poor people, was now dating someone from a humble background. They discussed it among themselves. That same day, Michael spent time with Gift. As they talked, they got along well, and he planned to take her shopping since he was introducing her to his sister that day. Later that day, Michael brought Gift to his house. She admired his beautiful apartment, and Michael quickly called his sister, Belinda. When she arrived, she and Gift hugged each other warmly, as they were close friends, leaving Michael surprised. Belinda easily got along with Gift, asking about her street food business and the neighborhood where she lived. When Gift confirmed it, Michael became uncomfortable, realizing he was dating someone from the same background he once despised. Belinda kept teasing him about it while Michael hurriedly pulled her aside. That same day, Benjamin and Gift talked. During their conversation, Benjamin revealed that Michael was the one who had Chike locked up and had warned him to stay away from Belinda just because he was poor. Gift was shocked. She immediately removed the wig Michael had bought for her and imagined everything Chike had suffered because of him. Meanwhile, Belinda confronted Michael and sarcastically told him to delete Gift's number since she was from a poor background. She reminded him of all the things he had said when she was dating Chike and kept teasing him about now being in a relationship with a roadside fruit seller. Michael made excuses, saying he hadn't done a proper background check, and they argued about it. The following day, Michael approached Gift and asked why she was avoiding him. She told him how badly he had treated Chike just because he was poor. Michael pleaded with her, but Gift ended their relationship, leaving him disappointed. That same day, Chike, Gift, and his friend discussed the situation and how Michael had frustrated Chike's relationship with Belinda. That night, Michael couldn't sleep. He reflected on the harsh words Gift had said to him and felt deeply worried about his relationship. He tried calling her, but she didn't answer. The following morning at the dining table, Belinda asked Michael why he had canceled their important meeting with a client. However, Michael's attention was elsewhere. He snapped out of his thoughts, apologized, saying he wasn't in the right frame of mind, and then left. Meanwhile, Belinda met with CHIDI in her car. They discussed how depressed Michael had been feeling due to the way he had treated them and how he lacked the courage to fight for his loved. They reflected on the situation as they exchanged pleasantries. The next day, Michael felt even more depressed and restless. He kept trying to call Gift, but she ignored his calls. Later that day, Michael met with Benjamin and pleaded with him to convince CHIDI to get back together with his sister. He even offered to pay Benjamin 1 million naira. Benjamin agreed and left. That evening, at home, Benjamin shared the offer with CHIDI, who felt uncomfortable about it. However, Stephen and Benjamin dismissed his feelings. That night, Belinda tried calling Michael, but he didn't answer, which made her feel slightly worried. Later, Michael came home drunk, and she quickly helped him inside. The next morning, Belinda woke Michael up, telling him to get ready for work. When he didn't respond, she teased him before leaving. Later that day, Michael intended to drink again, but Belinda, feeling concerned, tried to take the bottle from him. He ignored her and went inside. The following day, Michael met with Benjamin again regarding their arrangement to convince CHIDI to reconcile with Belinda. However, Benjamin took advantage of Michael's vulnerability and insisted he pay another 1 million naira. Michael agreed and left. Meanwhile, Benjamin shared the plan with CHIDI, who insisted they put an end to it. However, Benjamin persisted, urging CHIDI to take another 1 million naira, but CHIDI refused. That evening, Michael sat in the living room, lost in thought. Belinda saw him and felt sorry for him, realizing that he was now experiencing what he had put her through. Guys, do you think Belinda should forgive her brother, or should she let him go through the same pain he caused her? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That same day, Belinda went to CHIDI's house to plead with them to end the whole arrangement. However, Benjamin and Stephen refused. Belinda explained how depressed Michael was. As they were discussing, Michael unexpectedly walked in, surprised to see them together. CHIDI confronted him about how badly he had treated him. Then, they revealed that everything had been planned to make him understand how it feels to be treated unfairly. They had intentionally made Gift avoid him. Belinda also shared her thoughts on the matter. Michael sincerely apologized to everyone for his actions and expressed his love for Gift. Benjamin then jokingly suggested that they marry, and they all laughed as they left. At Michael's house, they all ate together, bonded, and finally reconciled. So guys, if you enjoyed this interesting story, kindly subscribe to this channel to get more of our latest stories.